guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Advaith Pillai, and today we are going to look at something new, and this is going to be the formula file. So let's start now. So before starting, we'll look at the index of today's topic. So first of all, we'll look what is a formula file and its benefits, how to make a formula file, mind mapping, the SWOT analysis, syllabus of topics, and lastly, branches in mathematics. Now, let's look at what exactly is a formula file. A formula file is a file that contains the methods and rules and regulations on how to use a particular formula and when on which types of questions the formula should be used. Okay guys? We can make a formula file for any subjects. I'll be making a formula file on mathematics. You can also make the formula file for physics, biology, chemistry. You can also make it for English grammar, as there are so many definitions that you can learn from it. Okay guys? This file will act as a reference book. As we keep on adding formula in the file, it will increase our thinking ability as well as our mathematical skills. Okay guys? Now let's move on. Now there is a quote which says, textbook is where the board of the school teaches you, notebook is where the teachers teach you from the textbook, and formula file is where you teach yourself. Okay guys, so now let's move on. Now we look at how to make a formula file. So it must contain formulae. Okay guys, you must correct your mistakes and write it down in the formula file. For example, you are struggling in one of the questions in your examinations. Okay guys, now to get along with it, you have to write it down in the formula file and practice it daily, and you will get good at it. Okay guys, now the next thing is concepts, keywords and definitions. We'll come across these words later. The SWOT analysis, we'll come across this too later. Types of questions that can come in examinations. Make it as colorful as possible. Mention how to use the formula. So, types of questions that can come in examinations. It actually means you have to write down the questions that are like more likely to come in an examination, so that you can practice it. Okay guys? And then you have to make the formula file as colorful as possible, so you don't get bored or you don't get sad or bored or something while making the formula file. You'll enjoy it if you make it as colorful as possible. And then the last thing, you have to mention how to use a formula file, as we saw about it earlier. Okay guys, now let's move on. Now we'll look at mind mapping. A mind map is a diagram used to visually organize and store information. Okay guys, so mind map is actually thinking about the topics which you have learned in a certain week and then storing it down in your mind so that you don't forget it. For example, here is a mind map. So this is, you can make it like this: planning, and then projects, goals and strategies, creativity, ideas, innovation, thoughts, productivity, more efficient, intuitive, collaboration, teamwork, sharing, colleagues, benefits, overview, easy to memorize, simple, fast and fun. You can make your mind map like this, and it's advisable to make a mind map once in a week. Okay guys? Now, we'll look at the SWOT analysis. S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O stands for opportunity, and T stands for threat. So first, let's look at strength. Okay, so strength is the strength areas which you are comfortable in. Okay, so in strength, we have to remain consistent and persistent with the topics. Okay, we have to solve these questions daily. We have to solve these questions daily, or it will become harder for you. Don't break the flow or you'll have a hard time later solving the same questions. Okay guys, now let's look at weakness. Weakness, like, we won't call it weakness, we'll call it AOI, which stands for areas of improvement. Okay guys, areas of improvements are your mistakes. You have to identify your mistakes in examinations, etc. And you have to check if those mistakes are repetitive. If those mistakes are repetitive, you have to write it down in the formula file and practice it daily. Correct the mistake and solve it daily in the formula file. Now let's look at opportunities. Now opportunity is the positive thinking that your brain gets. Like, why are you doing a certain topic? You look for opportunities and don't miss them. find out which types of sums come for a particular topic in examination. Okay guys, we saw this question earlier as well. We have to write the types of questions which are more likely to come in the formula file, so you can practice it and get good at it. And the last thing, can I practice and master one type of question in each of the topic? So you have to take time. You have to manage a time period where you can practice and master one type of question in each of the topic. And if you do this, you will be really good at those topics. Okay guys? Now guys, we will look at the last topic in the SWOT analysis, which is T, and T stands for threat. Okay? So threat is actually the negative talks and thoughts that your mind thinks about. Am I going to make the mistake again? Okay, you have to be really sure that you don't make the mistakes again by writing the sums or questions in the formula file daily. Okay guys, do you have enough time to check your paper once it is complete in an examination? So this is a really crucial thing to remember, that once your examination is complete, you should have at least 15 minutes to check your paper once again, to check off any mistakes that you have made and correct them. Okay guys, the next thing is targets versus goals. So targets are actually the time period given in an examination, and goals are the time which we complete the examination in. For an example, the examination is 1 hour 30 minutes long, which is the target, and our goal should be that we complete it in 1 hour 15 minutes, so that we get the rest 15 minutes to check our paper for any mistakes which we have made. Okay guys, threat are negative talks and thoughts, as we discussed earlier. And the last thing is, am I forgetting what I learned? So to prevent this thing from happening, to prevent this thing from thinking, you have to write every single sum in your formula file which you are difficult to solve in the formula file daily, so you'll get really good at it. Okay guys, now we'll look at the syllabus for grade 8th. I'm in grade 9th, and henceforth we'll follow the syllabus for grade 8th. Okay guys, so unit 1 is number systems, which contains rational numbers, exponent powers and sets. Unit 2 is ratio and proportion. Unit 3 is algebraic expressions, multiplication and division of algebraic expressions, identities, factorization and linear equations in one variable. Unit 4 is geometry, which consists of understanding shapes, representing 3D in 2D, construction of quadrilaterals and circle. Unit 5 is mensuration, and Unit 6 is data handling. Okay guys, so this was the syllabus for grade 8. So now the last thing of today, we are going to look at the branches of mathematics. The first branch is numbers, the second branch is algebra and graphs, the third branch is geometry, mensuration, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, matrices and transformations, probability, statistics, functions and sets. Okay guys, so these are the branches in mathematics. So I'll call it the end of this video guys. In the next video, we'll look at the topics in numbers, and we'll start with them. We'll start with the types of questions that come in examinations, and we'll start with the solving of those questions. Thank you guys, and see you next time, and stay safe. Bye.